Welcome back. In today's Spotlight, all eyes will be on President Biden and his State of the Union address tonight. But Republicans are hoping to shift the focus to the lawmaker delivering the party's rebuttal. The GOP tapping Alabama Senator Katie Britt to deliver the party's response to the president's highly anticipated speech. Britt is the first woman to be elected to the U.S. Senate in her state and is one of 9 women in the Senate Republican Conference. She turned 42 just a month ago, making her one of just 5 senators, 5 under the age of 45. Considered a rising star in the Republican Party, many of Senator Britt's peers are looking forward to her rebuttal and, of course, its timing coming one day after Alabama's governor signed a bill to protect in vitro fertilization access in that state after the Alabama Supreme Court's ruling. Let's bring back in my panel, Mike, John, Alencia, and LZ. John, Senator Britt is expected to counter Biden on many issues like abortion, immigration, and the economy. What do you think her messaging on behalf of her party will look like? And might tonight be an audition of some sorts for a larger leadership role down the road?
Not to be indelicate to the good senator, but I'm not sure many people are going to pay attention to what the rebuttal argument is from the State of the Union address. So it's an honor to get it, I guess. But at the same token, I'm not sure it's going to move the needle one way or another much. It's an opportunity for the party to highlight an up-and-coming star, but that's about it. And I don't think it's going to make much of a difference for her career. And it's not going to make much of a difference in the overall narrative tonight, unless, of course, the president has a really rough night.
So, Alencia, let's talk a little bit about why the GOP is putting up Senator Britt. Do you think she was chosen because she offers a split screen of sorts, a 42-year-old female Republican following after an 81-year-old president?
I think the age thing might be a small piece of it, but I actually think it's the smoke and mirrors of the Republican Party to use a young woman when they are the party that has waged war on women, particularly in Alabama, where she's the senator from, when it comes to in vitro fertilization. You know, this is the party that's championed getting rid of Roe v. Wade. And so they're going to dingle out a woman in their party without actually being the party that has policies to advance women in this country.
Mike, Britt helped navigate the Republican Party through the high-profile ruling, as Linsey just talked about, of the Alabama Supreme Court, that frozen embryos were considered children under the state law. How do you think she's going to counter President Biden's stance on reproductive rights tonight, especially one day after Alabama signed that bill to protect IVF access, and there was a sort of scramble to do that because of the negative feedback from the Supreme Court's decision?
I think that's what we'll be waiting to figure out from her rebuttal remarks today is exactly how does she frame the narrative on that. And I think we'll be curious to see how the Republican Party is thinking about framing reproductive rights, and in particular as IVF has moved into the forefront of American discourse when it comes to women's reproductive rights. I also do believe that this will be a pivotal time for us to get a preview of the GOP party as we begin to pivot into the general election to figure out what type of tone will the GOP set going forward. Will they begin to move more to the moderate, more to the center to appeal to independent voters, or will they remain in that hardline positioning of the Trump narrative and Trump supporters? So I think the rebuttal will be very curious to see the direction the GOP is heading in for the general election.
And LZ, Britt faces a pretty difficult assignment, as John pointed out, given all the pomp and pageantry associated with the State of the Union and the rebuttal. A few memorable ones in the past have been Marco Rubio, Stacey Abrams, even Nikki Haley. Does she have big shoes to fill here? There was the bottle of water that I was thinking about.
I wouldn't call them big shoes. I mean, I'm sure there are some kind of shoes, but they aren't shoes that really matter in the big picture. Not to throw shade at her or anyone else who has done it, but the reality is that if you really have your eyes on bigger things, only 4 people in the history of the nation that have done a rebuttal since we started in 1966 have gone on to become president, and one of them was Gerald R. Ford, and we didn't even elect him. So it's like, it doesn't seem as if it's a springboard to higher things, is my point.
I feel like then I should have asked you,
LZ.
does she just have shoes to fill? We'll do that next time. All right, Mike, John, Alencia, and LZ, thank you all very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.